The Brooklyn Nets haven't been good in a while. Well, in today's video, we're going to be rebuilding this team. Once we win an NBA title, the video ends. In this year's draft, we had 5 picks and we decided to do one of the craziest thing ever and draft all of them. Well, in today's video, we're going to be bringing those rookies in. We're going to see how they develop. We do have a guy here in Danny Wolf who is 21 years old. He is an older rookie, which I do have some high hopes for. He can pass. He could do a lot of great things. We do have Ben, who we drafted. He's just our shooter. We have Nolan and Igor, who basically do about the same things on the court. So this year, let's go ahead and figure out what we could do with this team. We do have to re-sign Cam Thomas, and I do believe we'll be giving him a slight bag. Let's go ahead and give him a good contract. We will be paying Cam Thomas $36 million per year for the next 3 seasons. The reason I'm doing this deal for him is because I do believe that he is a great young prospect. I think he'll get a deal just like Jalen Green. I think he could be on the same skill set as a player like Jalen Green. 2 years guaranteed, and then the last year is a team option, but that $36 million is going down every single year. Let's go offer it to Cam Thomas. He should accept this. Cam Thompson, let's go ahead and bring you back to this team. Cam is going to agree to our deal. 2 years, $70 million with a team option on the 3rd year. As you can see by his contract in 2027, it is a team option for $32.4 million. I think I'll probably pick it up and trade him, but as of now, I'm okay with giving him $34 million for the next 2 years and see how he does. If he does great, he'll be coming back to this team on probably a cheaper deal, but as of now, we're gonna keep him locked in at $36 million. We currently do have 17 players on our roster, so let's go ahead and trade somebody away or potentially just release them. The first player on the chopping block will be Martin. I do believe that his $2.92 million per season, we could just let that go. He's already 26 years old. He's not getting any better, and we probably don't need his skill set for next season. We're gonna go ahead and release Martin into free agency. Thank you for your service, bro. The next player here will be Drew. I really do like what he could do on the court, but unfortunately, we're just not going to be bringing him onto our squad. I know he is a center, but he's already 25 years old. I don't believe he's gonna get any better, and he's making about $2 million per season. No NBA team should pick him up because he's not that good. Let's go ahead and release him into free agency also. Thank you for your service, Drew. This will be our official lineup to start off the season. We do have Igor, Thomas, William, Michael Porter Jr. at power forward, Claxton, Sharp off the bench, Johnson, Noah, Nolan, Jalen, and Trey Mann. And I don't believe we'll be running a 12-man lineup. I'll try at the trade deadline to move a player like a Trey Mann, but he'll be getting about 13 minutes per night. We do have a lot of players that are not getting any minutes. We do have Ben in his first season. I would like him to get some minutes, so we might have to trade a few players away so we could get these guys some minutes ASAP. Our game plan for year number 1 is to do as bad as we can. We would like to bring in a player like Darren Peterson, Boozer, or AJ. If we could bring in one of these 3 players next year, I think we successfully found our next franchise player. Let's go ahead and finish out this season as bad as we can. The trade deadline is officially here, and we're sitting at a record of 25-27, which is good for the 8th seed. The East is extremely weak. I need us to lose more games. When we look at the mock draft, they have us selecting at where are we at? Number 15. I would like for us to lose the rest of the games for the rest of the season. So that means we might have to trade a player that's decent or shut them down for the remainder of the season. The first trade of today's video is us shipping out Terrence Mann, Zaire Williams, and Day'Ron Sharpe for Jeremy Grant, a first-round pick in 2029, which can be extremely good if the West keeps staying as competitive. And we're also bringing Reed to the team, especially he's a backup big. He's 29 years old. I think he'll just be happy to ride the bench. Let's see if the Portland Trailblazers will agree to this trade. The Blazers have agreed to our trade offer. Now we have Jeremy Grant on our team. He'll probably get no minutes. This will be our final lineup to close out the season. If a player like Cam Thomas keeps balling, I might shut them down for the season. Jeremy Grant, I'm pretty sure I don't want to give him any minutes. We might buy out his contract in the offseason, but as of now, he's on our team. And I'll see you guys at the end. Once the month of March rolled around, I decided to shut down a few key guys. Michael Porter Jr. was one of them. Cam Thomas was also one of them. All of these guys got shut down for the last month of the NBA. We do have one more game until the season is over, but the mock draft duo have us selecting at number 8. We're hoping that we could jump to like a top 3 pick. That would be the ideal situation, or hope that a player can fall to us like a Boozer or an AJ, which I don't believe they'll fall that far. But let's go ahead and close out this season strong. Wink wink. Similar today, we're gonna lose the last game of the season. Jokic gets MVP. Cooper Flag wins Rookie of the Year. I'm liking the goatee he got going on. Malik Monk gets Sixth Man of the Year. Victor gets Defensive Player of the Year. Kata wins Most Improved Player. Stephen Curry gets Clutch Player of the Year. Mark gets Coach of the Year. First team All-NBA looks like this. Second team All-NBA looks like that. Third team All-NBA looks like this. First team All-Defensive looks like that. Second team All-Defensive looks like this. First team All-Rookie, we do have Igor. His numbers are pretty terrible. 9 points per game, 2 rebounds, 6 assists, a steal, 24% from 3. Dylan Harper is also here. I'm just glad he made a first team. An NBA second team, these are the guys. We also do have Ben making a second team. Look at his 3-point shot, 17% from 3. As a shooting guard, we're not liking this so far. The winner of the playoffs will be either Anthony Edwards or Karl-Anthony Towns, and the winner will be Anthony Edwards winning his first NBA title. Draft lottery time. We have a 9% chance of getting the #1 overall pick, and survey says we are landing at number 7. Would the Boston Celtics be willing to trade away the 4th overall pick and get 3 second-round picks in return? Maybe they like a guy at number 7. Let's go ahead and offer them. We'll give them the 7th overall pick and 3 second-round, maybe 2. I might want to select with that 6th one. Let's go ahead and give them this. Would the Boston Celtics agree to this offer? Potentially. I don't think it's so unrealistic to where they wouldn't accept this trade. Let's go ahead and make this official with the Boston Celtics. Please accept. The Boston Celtics are going to have a counter. They'll give me Peyton, and also they want a 1st-round pick. We're not doing that. I could give them 2 more future 2nd-round picks. We don't really need much 2nd-round picks right now. Let's go ahead and see if the Boston Celtics will do it now. The Boston Celtics have agreed to our offer. NBA draft time. We do have the 4th overall pick. The 1st overall pick is going to be AJ. He's going to the Thunders. The 2nd-round pick will be Darren Peterson. The 3rd-round pick will be Chris, which means we might be able to get Boozer. Boozer, perfect. I was looking for a power forward. We jumped up and we're bringing Boozer to this team. Welcome. We do have 1 more pick in this year's draft, and that is at number 36. We might just bring in another power forward. We are going to be selecting Reed with our 36th overall pick. Our 2 rookies will be Boozer and Reed coming into the season. This is what everybody thought the Brooklyn Nets would have done this year, but unfortunately they didn't. Trade some picks to get somebody higher, but we did it this year. We're going to bring back Noah and Whitehead. We are going to pay Jalen. I believe he could be a great backup small forward or even a starter as of now. Reed is here. Tosan, he is 25 years old. They're not getting any better. We're going to let all these guys go, and Jalen, we're going to offer him some money. We also do have Keon Johnson, who we give a slight back to. We'll give him 4 years, $10 million per season. He should accept a deal like that, and we'll give him a player option because we're nice. We are also going to be paying Jalen $10 million per season for the next 4 years with a player option. Both of these guys are going to agree to the deal. Welcome back. This will be our lineup heading into year number 2. Igor, Cam, MPJ, Boozer, Claxton, Keon, Danny, Jalen, Nolan, Noah, Drake will be that last guy getting some minutes. I want to see what he could do for us. His numbers were better than a player like Ben, who shot 17% from 3. We'll just see whoever becomes better. And unfortunately, Whitehead won't be getting any minutes as of now. The rookie we did draft with the 6th overall pick in the 2nd round is our 15th man. I'm okay with that. Jeremy Grant is not getting any minutes. I might buy out his contract next season, but as of now, we'll see who we need to re-sign. I'm okay with re-signing MTJ, but right now we're focusing on Giannis. Hopefully he opts out because that is the game plan for 2027. Can we sign Giannis to the squad? MPJ is willing to stay in Brooklyn for a discount, $15 million for the next 2 years for MPJ. We'll give him that. He happily accepts. As of now, we're sitting at a record of 20-61, which is good for the 15th seed. Unfortunately, it looks like the Rockets will be getting our pick. That's insane. I don't know who we traded over there to the Rockets and why we did this trade, but that is terrible. Maybe it was for Harden. I think it was for Harden. I do believe we didn't make a trade for Harden to the Nets. I'm not sure we gave them that valuable of a pick. The 76ers pick, unfortunately, we're not getting it because the 76ers are not a top 8 team. So our best bet will be free agency. Luka gets MVP. Cameron Boozer wins Rookie of the Year. Let's go. That's our guy. Dylan Harper gets 6th Man of the Year. Victor Victor gets Defensive Player of the Year. Reed Shepherd wins Most Improved. That's the first. Paulo Banchero gets Clutch Player of the Year. Jason Kidd wins Coach of the Year. This is what first team All-NBA looks like. This is what second team All-NBA looks like. This is what third team All-NBA looks like. First team defensive, second team defensive. All rookie first team looks like this. There's our guys. This is what the Western Conference plans are looking like, and this is what the Eastern Conference plans are looking like. Let's go ahead and simulate the playoffs. Who will be crowned the champion this year? It might be Victor. It might be Cooper. He's here. Oh my. Raptors versus Mavs. Who's winning it all? And Cooper's winning his first NBA title in year number 2. They think Cooper is going to be that generational. Draft lottery time. Houston, you're most likely getting our pick. They're getting the 2nd overall pick, and they're also getting the 5th overall pick from us. And the 76ers are keeping their pick, which is at 9. And the Nets, we're getting number 10. I forgot, I didn't see Houston do that well in the playoffs. So I'm okay with having the 10th overall pick as long as we could bring in a new prospect to this team and keep building off of that. I'm okay with. So in this year's draft, we have the 10th overall pick and the 19th overall pick. We might use both of them if we can use them to trade up to maybe 8. With the first overall pick is going to be Stokes. Let's go ahead and see who has the number 8th overall pick. Philly does have the 9th overall pick. Can they trade it? Yes, they can, but I think those 2 picks might be able to move up to like 8 potentially. Depending on what franchise has number 8, we might be able to do it. The Boston Celtics, once again, they have the 8th overall pick. Maybe they would prefer to bring in 2 rookies further down. We'll give them number 10 and number 19. They should agree to this. The Boston Celtics have agreed to our offer. We're going to go ahead and select the best talent available. He could also play some small forward for us. Welcome to the team, Hulk. He will be coming in as a 78 overall. Free agency time. We do have Victor Wembanyama being a free agent. He is restricted. And we also do have Giannis Antetokounmpo being a free agent. He wants $76 million per season. The Warriors are able to offer him that. The Bucks are also able to offer that. Maybe we go after a player like Jokic. Maybe Jokic wants to come to the Big Apple. What are we talking about? Towns is also here. Brandon Miller, Kyrie Irving. There's a lot of great players that we could go after. But the player that we want to go after here is Giannis. Can we even afford him? Unfortunately not. We would have to cut a bunch of players' salaries in order to afford Giannis. And that doesn't even guarantee that we get Giannis to the squad. I would prefer a player like Jokic. Looking at the deals P teams are offering, they don't respect Jokic's talent. The Suns only $48 million per year for 1 year. Jokic is 32 years old. He's still a 97. I'm going to go ahead and try to make some moves so we can get Jokic. The Chicago Bulls are willing to give me a lottery protected pick. The Dallas Mavericks, they're willing to give me a 1st and a 2nd. I believe the better one would be Chicago. I could give them a 1st round or even 2 2nd-round picks to take on a player like Jeremy Grant. The Chicago Bulls have agreed to that offer. We're freeing up some money with that move. When we return back to free agency, do we have more money? We only have $13 more million right now. The best trade that I was able to find was for Yves Macy. If we're bringing in Jokic to the squad, Yves would be a backup, which means a player like Danny, we could just trade him away. Or even a player like Claxton. I completely forgot about Claxton. I know he'll be making $15 million per season, but I think Danny will keep on improving. The Pelicans are going to counter. They're going to want to do a swap. They're also going to throw in this player. We don't need him. I'm okay with the swap. The Pelicans have agreed. So how much more money did we shed? Can we afford Jokic? We still cannot afford Jokic. So the next player to get packed up is Claxton. The Washington Wizards are giving me a 2031 1st-round pick unprotected and Justin for Claxton. Let's go ahead and make this happen. The trade is done. We're not too far away from being able to offer Jokic a nice little bag. I'm pretty sure Jokic wouldn't want to play with a player like Michael Porter Jr. anymore. Let's go ahead and trade MPJ since Jokic is coming to town. This will be the trade for Michael Porter Jr. We're going to do him well and send him to the Heat. They're giving me Kevin Porter Jr. and a lottery protected. The Heat usually collect their lottery protected pick unless they're amazing. So we're shedding about $9 million of salary. The Miami Heat have agreed to that offer. Is done. How much money can we offer Jokic now? Not quite enough. We have to make one more trade. Back is the better one. He'll be making $71 million at the end of his contract. Hopefully we could get Jokic to this squad, offer him the contract. We are number 1 on his offer sheet at 97%. We are able to get Jokic to this team. Jokic, welcome to the Big Apple. We do have a trade exception for Jeremy Grant, which we could use to go ahead and find a player that's making about $36+ million per year to pair pair alongside a player like Jokic. After looking around the league for a player that I could pair alongside Jokic, I realized I'm not able to get a superstar, but we're going to be able to bring in Bryce. He is 23 years old, 40% from 3. He could play some slight defense. He'll be coming in as our small forward. We're shipping out Whitehead and Ben, and we're getting a first-round pick. Let's go make this happen. The Utah Jazz has agreed to this offer. We do have about $22 million to spend in free agency, so let's go and see. Maybe we could bring in a player like Whitmore, but he is a restricted free agent. Is there any other elite small forwards or shooting guards around the league that we could grab up? This is our shooting guard pool. Either Whitmore, Max Christie is here. That wouldn't be a terrible player to go after. Julian fits the system pretty well, but he's restricted. Chris Dunn, we could also bring Chris Dunn. He could come off the bench. He could do some decent things for us. Let's bring Chris Dunn in a 2-year minimum deal. He is 33 years old. Hopefully he doesn't go down in overall too much. Let's go ahead and give him that contract. Let's see. Chris Dunn has accepted. This will be our rotation heading into the season. Igor, Hope, I want to see what he could do. Hopefully he could shoot the 3 very nicely. Bryce, we know he could hit the 3. Boozer and Jokic. Let's see what this squad could do. The East is usually weak. Maybe we're a playoff team this year, but I'm pretty sure if we don't win it this year, we should definitely win it next year. At the trade deadline, we're going to figure out if we should keep a player like Yves Macy or let him walk in free agency or trade him at the trade deadline. The trade deadline is officially here. What is our record? We're sitting at a record of 42-10, which is good for the first seed out east, which leads us to our next question. Do we let Yves Macy be Jokic backup, or do we trade him for another player potentially at our shooting guard position to get us a little bit more there? We could always make Ho a backup as of now, but Yves Macy is not making a lot of money. Do we still have that trade exception? We do have that Jeremy Grant trade exception, so we're sitting on about $42 million per year. So if we could find a better shooting guard to start next to Nolan, right now we have Yves or Brandon Miller, but we do have that Jeremy Grant trade exception. That's why this trade would work. $36 million, so we're gonna trade $6 million and 36 to get about 44, and we'll just be throwing a bunch of first-round picks to get the deal done. Hopefully 4 more is able to get it done, but let's see, will they accept this straight up for Brandon Miller? They want Igor and they want a first-round pick. Igor is here to stay, but I am willing to give you guys like 4 first-round picks to get the job done. I do have a Wizards pick, I do have a Knicks pick, I do have a Bulls lottery protected, and I also do have a 76ers pick in 2028, which is very valuable to them because the 76ers, I don't think they're doing well. Let's take a pick away, especially since the 76ers pick is so valuable for Brandon Miller. Will the Hornets agree to this deal? The Charlotte Hornets have agreed to this deal, and now Brandon Miller is our second option next to Jokic. This is our official lineup to close out the season. Igor, Miller, Bryce. Let's see what his numbers are looking like. 44% from the 3-point line. Boozer, what is he doing? 36% from the 3-point line. 8 rebounds per night and about 4 assists. Jokic, he's averaging almost a near triple-double. We do have Nolan doing his thing. Danny Wolf, he's about to get some minutes since we traded Yves away. Powell, 33%. Our rotation will get a little bit shorter once the playoffs come. We do have some vets. We got Kevin Porter Jr. and we have Justin. Yes, they're vets now. 26 is a vet. 27 is a vet. That's our best case scenario. And we also do have Chris Dunn, who's actually a true vet. So I'll see you guys at the end of the season. We're gonna finish off in the playoffs, not the play-ins, most likely, as long as we don't suffer an injury to like a player like Jokic. But I think Brandon Miller and a player like Boozer should be able to carry the squad. I'll see you guys at the end. 42-10. At the end of the season, Cooper gets most valuable player. Jaden gets rookie of the year. Dylan gets 6th man of the year still. Victor is defensive player of the year. Brandon is most improved. Miles Bridges is your clutch player of the year. What is going on? I guess the Warriors will take it, man. Jordi Fernandez is your coach of the year. 70-12 record. First team All-NBA, we do have Jokic. Second team All-NBA. Look at Giannis. He didn't make a first team. I'm glad we got Jokic. Second team All-NBA looks like this. Third team All-NBA looks like that. We also do have Boozer making a team selection. First team defensive looks like this. Second team defensive looks like that. First team All-Rookie looks like this. We do have Hall. This is what the Western Conference plans are looking like. This is what the Eastern Conference plans are looking like. We are the #1 seed. Simulate the plans. Our first round matchup will be the Toronto Raptors. This Raptors team, they still have have kept their core 5, Quickly, Grady, Brandon, Scotty, and Jakob. Yeah, our team is better. That's all I'm gonna say. Our team is better. Game number 1, simulate through game. We're gonna take game number 1. Extremely convincing. Boozer had 33. Sheesh. Game number 2, simulate through game. We're gonna take game number 2. Simulate through game. 2-1 them. Simulate through game. 3-1. Simulate through game. 3-2. Simulate through game. 3-3. Come on, 2K. This should not be happening, bro. Do or die game against the Toronto Raptors. We're gonna take some minutes away from Kevin Porter Jr. even though it might not be his fault. 50% from 3. Yeah, we're gonna give the top. Yeah, his Halt is done. Yeah, 10%. Nah, bro, you're done. Is there somebody else I could trust? I could trust Chris Dunn for defensive purposes, but he can't shoot. So we're just gonna roll with these more 14 minutes to these guys. Bryce, you could get a minute up. Jokic, you could get a little bit more minutes. Can Danny play some power forward? I might make his backup a power forward, but we already have Boozer, so they can figure it out. Simulating with Simcast here. Let's go ahead and see if we can beat this team. We are at home, game number 7. This is why we're the number 1 seed. And look at this, 2K is just gonna let us blow them out. Why are they even taking us to 7? Nobody will know. Look at Bryce, 9-for-10 from 3. He did have 2 turnovers, but go crazy, Bryce. Go crazy, go stupid. Now our next round opponent will be the Indiana Pacers. This team looks about the same. They do have Mitchell Robinson, Tyrese Halliburton. This team might take us to 6. First game against the Indiana Pacers. Simulate through game. We're gonna take game number 1. Simulate through game. We're gonna take game number 2. Game number 3. Simulate through game. 3-0 us. Simulate through game. 3-1. Simulate through game. 3-2. They might take us to another game 7. Simulate through game. 3-3. All right, I'm actually done with 2K, bro. This is the second time in a row they're doing this to us. We're gonna go ahead and simulate with Simcast. We should be at home. The Hawks are waiting. Simulating with Simcast. Let's go. Can Jokic and the guy get the job done here? Yeah, and it looks like we're gonna jump out to an early lead, kicking their butts. 2K's back at it again with their tomfoolery because we're gonna blow them out here in game number 7. We won this game by 26 points. They did fight a little bit in that 4th quarter, but first quarter, terrible for them. Now we're on the next round going up against the Atlanta Hawks. We are a little bit tired. We just had 2 back-to-back game 7. If we go to the NBA Finals, Dallas has been chilling. San Antonio has also had a cakewalk. Let's see who's on this Hawk team. Now, this is a team that could potentially give us some problems. They do have Trae Young, who I believe Igor could cook up defensively and offensively. They do have Dyson Daniels. They do have Risha Shea and Jalen Johnson. They kept Kristaps around. I don't know how their bench is looking like, but game number 1, simulate through game. We're going to take game number 1. Let's not go to a game 7 this series. Simulate through game. We're going to take game number 2. Simulate through game. 3-0 us. We're going to simulate with Simcast, and hopefully we could move to the NBA Finals in 4 against the Atlanta Hawks. Right now, the Hawks are at home, so they're going to be fighting extremely hard to not go home. 4th quarter time, 83-78. We got to keep scoring the ball and not let them take the lead. 2 minutes left, and it's a tied ball game. Can we succeed right here? We're going to take a lead heading into the last few minutes. We're up by 1 with 23 seconds left. We're going to jump in. We do have the ball, 23 seconds left. Who are we going to pass it to? Jokic is not on court. Is it because he's injured? Is it because he's out? What's going on, 2K? Talk to us. Jokic has, where's the fouls? Only 1 foul, but he's a -10, so he's not really doing good on the court. He's 4 for 16. Pretty much a terrible Jokic game. We're going with Danny down the line, who has 13 rebounds, so that's a plus for him, and 7 assists. Let's see if we could clutch up. They should be playing the foul game, but they're gonna let Igor do his thing. Igor with 17 seconds left, he could just run out the clock, or is Kobe Buffkin gonna foul him? Let's see what happens here. 10 seconds left. Any day now, just foul us. They're gonna not foul Bryce. Bryce is gonna try to drive in the paint. Bryce is gonna get boxed up by Risha Shea, and the Brooklyn Nets are going to win here. The Atlanta Hawks just didn't want to foul. That is an insane strategy. Maybe they wanted to go out in style. Trae Young is most likely gonna get the ball. Let's see what they do. No, they give it to Dyson, and Dyson is too far. He's not making that. We're headed to the NBA Finals, everybody. Let's freaking go. They do have Anthony Davis, who's old. They have Tim Hardaway Jr., who's old. They have Kyrie Irving, who's old. Let's see how we do in game number 1. Cooper Flag is basically probably just carrying this team. Simulate through game. They're going to take game number 1. 2K is loving the Dallas Mavericks, and it's not looking too good for us, man. It's not looking too good. Cooper Flag needs to be nerfed, and right now we're up by 2 with 58 seconds left. We're going to jump in. Cooper Flag is currently at the line. First free throw for him is going in. How about the second free throw? Second free throw for Flag is always going in, and now it's a tie ball game. We do have 2 timeouts left. Igor, what are you going to cook up for us? Igor passes to Jokic. Jokic has Lively on on him. Jokic is trying to drop step him and he's not getting nothing. He puts it up and he misses. Jokic needs to stop with his tomfoolery, and right now Cooper Flag is trying to drive in. He kicks it out to Kyrie. Kyrie puts it up and is going to miss. Jokic has the ball. He could dribble, but he's gonna pass it to Powell. Powell with the ball. What is he gonna do? He's going to pass it to Igor. Igor on the corner, and he does nothing with it, and he's trying to back down Kyrie. He passes it to Bryce. Bryce is automatic. Bam! We're up 3. What's said is Dallas going to be running. They should be happy. They came into our hometown and stole a game, but can we close this out here? They're going to pass it to Derek Lively. Cooper Flag had great positioning. He's going to put it up, and now we're going to be playing the foul game. Can we get the inbounding thing right? Yes, we do. Powell is going to the free throw line. First free throw for Powell is going in. Yes, let's go. It got a bounce, but it went in. Second free throw for Powell. Dallas doesn't have any timeouts left, so they're going to have to run the rest of the court. In this game, Jokic had 24 points and 17. Miller 23. Bryce 23. Game number 3. Simulate through game. We're going to take game number 3. Let's go. Cooper Flag did all he could, but the rest of the guys really didn't step up, especially Kyrie 4 for 16. Game number 4. Simulate through game. 3-1 us. Are we about to win an NBA title here? Brandon Miller had 36 points. Jokic 28 and 10. We are 1 game away from winning an NBA title. We're gonna simulate this one with Simcast. We don't want to leave it up to fate. Hopefully we could jump in and maybe make some in-game adjustment, but as of now, Dallas won't go away. That third quarter, we're fighting back extremely hard, but that fourth quarter is where the winner will be decided. Let's see what happens here. Dallas is on top. We're fighting extremely back, and we were not able to close it out. Let's not go to a game 7 here. Let's go ahead and simulate through game. We're going to a game 7, everybody. Do or die. Lively could be guarded by Boozer and Hardy. Not worried about him. Kyrie Irving, he is their starter. He could be guarded by Brandon Miller, or do I put a player like Chris Dunn into the starting lineup and he could guard Kyrie? I think we'll do that. And Cooper Flag, you're gonna get our best defender here, which is Bryce Sensabaugh? Nah, Brandon Miller. I'm just kidding, everybody. So this is it. AD will be guarded by Jokic. Boozer is guarding Lively. Miller is guarding Cooper Flag, and then Kyrie will be guarded by Chris Dunn. Let's go ahead and simulate with Simcast. What can we do here? Right now, we are at home, which is a good sign. Can we jump out to an early lead? It's not looking good. Heading into the third quarter, we're currently up by 8 points. Can we close them out here and win this NBA title? Can we do it? Can we do it in the Big Apple? It's looking good for us right now. We are walking away with an NBA title in year number 3, I believe. 124 to 147. All my adjustments were major. 36 for Miller. Jokic had 33. Boozer 21. Bryce, he had 17. Wolf off the bench did his thing. And yeah, let's go ahead and claim this title. The Brooklyn Nets are your NBA champion. Nikola Jokic is getting Finals MVP. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.